Yo, yo. Put this on do not disturb so people will leave me alone. All right, let's see here. What's good? What's good? What's good? I hope everybody is doing good. I hope everybody is doing great. I'm doing a couple things in the background, so as usual, I'm gonna give everybody a little second to get here. AB, what's good with you? What's going on? See what I got popping. I'm gonna apologize. I'm running a little late. 50 million things going on as usual. But I got good news. I got good news. We got the merch. I got the merch on deck for you guys. I'm super excited about that. So I'm hoping I can get this joint popping. I definitely feel like that joint is okay. We live right now. Okay, I can see the chat. AB was good. D Sup was good with you. All right. Hopefully we don't get double audio. Oh, okay. Steph's stuck in a truck. I was like, that's a whole lot. Was good. Shout out. Okay. Let me back up just really quickly. Let me just back up just really quickly. Okay. So this is the deal. All right. So I will give you a shout out. But you gotta drop your city. Okay. Like I need the love. You feel me? Right? Like I need the love. I need to feel that love. I need to know where you at, what you got going on. You feel me? Right? So that I can give you a shout out. Okay, so I'm gonna run it back from the top. All right, Belinda, shout out to Texas. You feel me? Let's see what we got going on. Cupcake Couture moderator has arrived. Shout out to you, Tyrone from Indianapolis. Shout out to you. I'm gonna talk about Indianapolis in a little bit. JR, shout out to you from Montreal. All right, let's see what we got going on. All right, so pop that out for me. Scale this down. All right. So it ain't even working for me. All right. I'm working on the chat highlight. I thought I had it, but I didn't get a test run. Didn't get the test run. So let's see what we got going on. Tasha in Cleveland, Brad in Lincoln, Nebraska, Mark in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Shout out to Mississippi in the building. Claremont, Kissimmee. Shout out to y'all. Mobile. Oh, say mobile app. Winston, Georgia. Tacoma. Sherry. Shout out to you in the building. Let's see. I got James in Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. ATL is in the building. What's going on? Dayton, Ohio. AB. Cass, what's good, bro? What's good? I see you, bro. Chattanooga in the building. Smitty, what's good with you? Brenda, Wisconsin. Santa Barbara, California. David, I see you. Hello. This isn't nice. Didn't know you did this. Awesome. Right. So yeah, man, we trying some different things. Definitely trying some different things. Um, here in the last couple weeks, right? Okay, cool. So my number one goal here is to help people, is to give people the info that they need to not only get in the game, but to stay in the game, right? And to be completely honest, I got like almost 13,000 deliveries. So at this point, trying to help new dashers is, I don't want to say it's a task, but it needs some refreshing, right? So I would like to use these live situations to just be able to talk to and you just for a couple of minutes, just to keep you up on game, to tell you what we got going on, and at the same time answer any questions that you may have, man. I appreciate y'all definitely. New Brunswick in the building. Charlie Baltimore, what's good? What's good? Shout out to you in Columbus. I see you. Madison, Wisconsin in the building. Dasher Benji, what's good? What's good? All right. So look, we got the merch. the first edition. All right. I'm just gonna talk about this just real quick, and I'm gonna jump into the business at hand. But this what I'm gonna say. I just wanna show you this first, right? I just wanna show you these first. Okay. Now, unfortunately, all I got is two black ones. All right. All I got is two black ones. Okay. But I got 8 red ones in my hand. All right. Let me get that in front of the camera. By the end of the night, by the end of the night, we get that back on there. By the end of the night, I'm giving all of these away. I'm not gonna have none of these. All right. So if you watching, if you in the live stream right now, you might have your chance to put your hands on one of these, man. Definitely. All right. So what we got going on today? What we got going on today? As usual, we're gonna talk about the weather. I'm gonna keep you up on game, let you know what's going on. Weather is one of the main things that we have to deal with, good and bad. So weather can put you in a situation where you could get peak pay, you can make more money. Okay, give you peak pay, you can make more money, or it could be a situation where you're looking at, it could be a little too dangerous for you to dash. So I just want to put everybody up on game. So that's always one of the first things I like to go over, just to make sure we keep everybody up to date as far as that's concerned. And then we're gonna go over. Normally, I like to go over events that will trigger orders, but we're gonna take a sharp right hand turn this week, and we're gonna talk about something totally different. That is, it's important to me, and I definitely feel like it needs to be talked about. And that is customers lying on dashers. So we're gonna talk about that. It's an incident that's just kind of going around, has spread wildfire, and I'm gonna talk about that and the situation. Just to be honest with you, the situation that was created because of it, and then we'll talk about some things that are going on inside of the app. Okay, so to be completely honest with you, I got the new user agreement. Okay, so I saw the new user agreement. It made me agree to it before I started dashing a couple days ago. But I have not had a chance to read over it in its entirety. So we can talk about that. If anybody's got any informational questions that they would like for me to take away, and we can maybe talk about that next week. We will do that. But we're gonna talk about the hidden tips, and now like they're super hidden, almost to the point where you can't get them anymore. So we're gonna talk about what's going on with that, and then I got the item count. Right, so this is near and dear to me too. The item count was kind of like my secret weapon, and they have officially taken it away from me. So I'm gonna talk to you about how that makes me feel, my current approach with not having the item count, and yeah, man, we're just gonna talk about that. All right, so at the end, as usual, we'll do the shout outs, right? So we'll celebrate because there are a lot of bad perceptions out there. There's a lot of perceptions that there aren't dashers that are having success on the platform. So I just like to take the opportunity to celebrate those dashers that have the success. And I didn't really think about this, but somebody left a comment and said that it doesn't always feel good to see other dashers making a lot of money when they aren't making a lot of money. So I can definitely understand that, and I don't want anybody to feel that way. And I want to use that opportunity there again to celebrate dashers and to motivate dashers as well. So I just that was on my mind. So I just wanted to put that out there. So we'll celebrate, we'll motivate some dashers at the end of this joint. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you how you can get your hands on this hat. All right, I'm gonna run a special for the next couple of days. You can get your hands on this hat, and I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. All right, so I got some people that I'm looking for, like Dasher Binge. Okay, all right, I'm gonna let me see. Yeah, all right, it's gonna have to let me in today. Awesome. Excuse me. I just put my email address down there. I just put my address down there. If um That's crazy because it's showing right there, but it won't show. Mm-mm-mm. We'll figure it out later. I promise you, I will have that chat highlight. I can see it on the back end, but I can't see it on the screen. You can't see it either, which is kind of depressing for me. But it's cool. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. We're gonna work around it. We are gonna work around it. All right. So I just put my email address in there. So if I call your name, all right. If I call your name or if I give you a shout out, you feel me? I just want you to just send me an email, right? Just send me an email. I'm gonna send you some details on how you can get your hands on the hat. That's one of the reasons why I'm running late. I wanted to create some discount codes, especially for you guys, right? Like so, Casey, it was gonna be like, hey, yo, Casey, just put in the state that you live in, and you can get your hat for free. Just kind of stuff like that. But unfortunately, I didn't get to that. But this is what I would say, Casey, definitely shoot me an email. Dasher Ben, shoot me an email, and I'm gonna get you guys some hats off the rip. And stay tuned to the end. All of my heavy hitters, all my big earners, I'm gonna give you a hat too. Right? I'm not even gonna hold you, right? Like I'll tell you right off the rip. That is how we can do it. Yeah, you can see the email in the chats. I wanted to put that joint on the screen for you though. Maybe it'll pop up. Okay, so now my chats are starting to come up. I was wondering where they was at. I was losing them too. All right, so let's go. Shout out to the supporters. Shout out to the people that got us premium on the weather channel. And y'all can see this, right? Y'all can see this because last week I did this whole spiel. I did the whole thing and nobody could see it. All right, so this is the day. I found out my volume be kind of weak at points too, so I'm gonna apologize about that. This is a learning and growth situation. This is the day. Hope everyone is having beautiful weather except like up here. Okay. Unfortunately, if you live up in this area, Minneapolis, it's not gonna get any better before it gets worse. I'm gonna apologize in advance. Let's see what we got going on. All right, so coming into Thursday, I got more rain. This is definitely the rainy season. I hope that you are prepared. And I feel like I'm always talking about Texas, right? I feel like I'm always talking about Texas. So I got this from Dallas coming up through Oklahoma, and this stretch of rain is actually going to form into something that's going to take over a lot of area. Okay, so coming into late Thursday night, so dinner Thursday night and early Friday morning, this bad boy is going to stretch all the way from Houston to parts of Chicago, and early Friday morning it's actually going to stretch into Detroit. So it's moving really slow and it's bringing a lot of rain with it. So when I say a lot of rain, the one thing that always brings into mind is going to be peak pay. It's going to be peak pay. People are not going to the okay, see, you're in Delaware. Shout out, bro. I thought you was in Jersey for real though. Uh People are not gonna want to be out. They're gonna stay at the house. They're going to order. If there are gonna be more orders and dashers out on the road, we can expect some type of peak pay. As a dasher, we just want to go ahead and be prepared. So if you got a raincoat, some type of umbrella, some rain boots, whatever the situation may be, make sure you got good tires on your car. And you got your DoorDash bag too, because no customer likes soggy food, right? And it's okay. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I go inside of the store. I don't have my DoorDash bag, but as soon as I come out, it's going into the DoorDash bag. And then once I get from the customer, you know, from there as well. So just make sure that you have that DoorDash bag so that you're not running around with soggy food, and just keep that in mind, especially because now that the customers can tip after the fact, and it always, as usual, you know what I'm saying, it's going to affect the rating too. So want to keep that in mind. All right, cool. So we coming into that. And then Friday, my neighbor, super loud. Friday, my focus is really on Houston. Okay, so this storm is still gonna kind of linger around Friday and just kind of beat up this Houston area. It's moving, but it's moving really slow. And as you can see again, as we come into Friday, I got Louisiana, Mississippi, and Arkansas, right? This Little Rock area right here. They got some chances of like tornadoes, hail, and other kind of crazy weather. So if you're in this area, I would definitely prepare for that. When they said hell in Louisiana, I was just kind of like thrown, but I can see it because it's a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on. All right, so at the same time, like I was saying before, shout out to Minneapolis. I'm got some bad news for you. This right here is snow, right? So at a point in time where everybody else in the country is experiencing really warm weather, it's about to get really cold for you guys. But if it's any I guess if it's good news, then it's gonna spread. We're all gonna see some cooler weather next week. But this is definitely coming, right? So this is snow, and this is gonna beat you guys up late Friday and into Saturday. Coming into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I'm gonna get some rain. We're gonna get some rain. Southeast is gonna get some rain. This is actually gonna spread coming into Sunday, I thought. This storm right here is actually going to affect parts of Florida too. So this general area right here is going to see some rain this weekend too. So definitely need to prepare for that. Let's see what I got going on Saturday Southeast. I got my blizzards in Minnesota. All right, cool. So that is going to be the weather. Again, the reason that I go over the weather with you guys is because weather can be one of the main factors to getting this money. Okay, so when peak pay comes out, um, I try to be gentle about how I say things sometimes, so I apologize. Um, the main concern for a lot of dashers is lower base pay, right? To having a low base pay. Peak pay is an automatic boost in base pay, right? Every order, no matter the situation, whether it's going 1 mile, 3 miles, or 50 miles, is going to have peak pay on it. The base pay, right? The money collectively that's being given to you from DoorDash is going to increase. So this is free money, guaranteed money, free money. You don't have to jump through any type of hoops. You don't have to do 25 deliveries or anything like that. So being able to snatch up some peak pay can put some extra dollars in your pocket for the same orders that we do every day. So from that point, it just becomes finding when they are going to have that peak pay. So make sure that you're getting this out of your app regularly. Okay, make sure you're getting in there, checking that peak pay, putting it on your calendar, writing it in your notepad, whatever, in your phone or whatever, so that you can keep up with it, so that you can get this money. All right, cool. Bet. That's what I'm gonna say. D Bentley was good, bro. Texas in the building. Shout out to Texas. Y'all got some crazy weather. I feel like every week I be talking about Texas and this weather in Texas. Like, phew, boy. And the rain is crazy. I was talking about that weather last week, okay? And I think Thursday, Miami flooded. And I was like, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is why we try to put people up on game so that you know what to expect, so you can kind of get in front of it. Right. I can imagine those floodplain areas. And they always show the worst areas on the news, right? It's not like everywhere is flooding like that. And I honestly don't know. I don't have anybody in Miami, but I can imagine that, just still trying to get around can be a little tough if you want to do that, if you want to make that journey or whatever. I just try to put you up on game. So that's what we got going on with Dare. Mike, was good, bro? What's good? What's good? Mike and D Bentley. All right, cool, man. I appreciate y'all here. I'm glad y'all here. Y'all pulled up late, but better late than never. All right, so I'm gonna my email address. My email address. I'm gonna put this in the chat one more time, or I'm gonna have my moderator put it in the chat. My email address one more time, please. Mike D Bentley. Man, I got some hats for y'all, bro. Mike, this for you, bro. All right, I'm gonna put a cute note in there for the kids too, bro. We're gonna try to get something in there for the kids, but I got one of these for you. I appreciate the love and support, man, and it's people like you that keep me going, cause you can imagine, man, I am worn down, exhausted, man, but it's people like y'all that keep me in the game. So I got some hats. Oh, shoot. It always go wrong on live. That's all right. That's cool. Everybody can hear me. Y'all can hear me. That's cool. All right, cool. Everybody can hear me. Pre-orders are gonna start Friday. The first shipment will go out on Monday. All right, and then I'll run the sale through this weekend, and you can get your hands on them. If not, then starting next week they'll be regular price. But if you here today You feel me? If you here today, then you might get them before everybody else. All right. So if I already talked to you, if I already called your name, you already know this. That feel like school, man. You know how you come into school and they be like, it's about to go move some TVs or some chairs in the auditorium or something like that. Did I just age myself? I think I did. I'm gonna apologize about that. All right, Mike D. Shoot me an email so I can give y'all the discount code so y'all can go on the website and get your hats, man. Go ahead and order your hats. Free shipping, right? So you ain't got to worry about nothing. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna send everything out to you. You feel me? And that's on me, my guy. And again, I'm just gonna put I put the link to the website for the hats. Okay, so you can actually go ahead and order your hat right now if you want to. The hats regular price are gonna be $25. All right, but through Monday they'll be $17.99. Okay, so take a couple dollars off. Let's get fresh. All right, let's set the standard for what Dasher should look like. Let's just step it up. You feel me, right? So we don't have to be running around. I like the polo, to be completely honest with you, but everybody might not like the polo. But the trucker hats are trending. Number one. All right, so everybody has a trucker hat. You see everybody with that Bass Pro. You feel me? And when you put this on, not only do you show a little love for the community, you know what I'm saying, and you show that you're a part of the community, right? This like the cheat code. When you walk into the restaurant, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, all right. What's the name on your order? Who you? Right. So not only do you get to look stylish and stay fresh, and I'm gonna call this the Mario Brothers edition, right? Boop 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 boop. All right, I'm gonna call this the Mario Brothers edition. I'm gonna call that the Mario hat, and I need a name for this one, right? Monday, you'll see I got red with the white D on there. I keep turning that the wrong way. I got red with the white D on there. You'll see that Monday too. So all red with the white D. You can cop that joint too. So I got the Mario Brother trucker hat. Ooh, did I just do that? Got the Mario Brother trucker hat. You can click the link in the comments. Go ahead and order that $17.99 right now up until Monday. And after Monday, it's $25. Mike, Casey, Dasher Binge, and D Bentley, holla at me. You feel me? Casey, I think I already got your info on deck from the last time you got something from me. But yeah. And if you're a heavy hitter, okay, if you really do this, if you really about this, and you think you really about this, then stay tuned towards the end. You feel me? And I'm just gonna pick a couple people at the end when we do the shout outs. And I'm gonna send some hats out to you guys too. Okay. All right. So you definitely get a chance to get a hat. All right, let's get back to the business at hand. Now, I just feel like, how do you put in a cheap plug? Again, not trying to, because we definitely ain't gonna make no millions off of it, but I just want to spread the love. That's what we're trying to do. Mike, appreciate you, my guy. All right, bro, be safe. Mike say he gone. He got another order. Whoa. Up a little too early. All right. So last week we talked about getting scammed, and this week, this is live, so I'm not gonna do the whole scripted joint. I'm not gonna try to do the hook and bait type deal. It seems like for the last 2 years, 3 years, customers and DoorDash drivers have just been at war with each other, right? Just at ends. DoorDash drivers are upset about the lack of tips, and customers are, I think this article sums it up, right? Treat us as less than human, right? So I don't the good person, like my heart wants to believe that people aren't that evil, right? That if they understood that what the actions that they have could lead to us getting deactivated, that they wouldn't do it. But I'm not that naive. So this is a situation where it boiled over again. All right. So the DoorDash driver confronts the customer. So from my understanding, this young lady right here worked at a hospital. This is a TikToker and an artist. I think his name is Young Tunchi. Shout out to my boy. All right, so he goes and drops the order off to this young lady and marks it as complete. He gets a message saying that he did not complete the order. All right, so the thing that you have to know, and it is kind of like it works sometimes and it doesn't work all the time. If you get a contract violation, and I think that DoorDash should fix this, um, no, leave it. But just understand that the situations like this are going to happen because of it. When you get a contract violation, it will tell you because they're asking you for more information. It'll tell you the restaurant that you picked up from, right? So I'm assuming that he had, he just knew that. Did it again? He just knew that this was the order. This was the young lady because he had just dropped this food off to her. So he goes back and he confronts her about the situation and he starts to record. I don't have the video. Okay, I don't have the video. I didn't even take the time to look for it because we already know how this goes. But the customer at first wants to deny the situation, right? She wants to deny that she didn't do anything, and then she goes on to say that it was a shared account, right? That it was a shared account, and that maybe it was somebody else who marked the food that's not being delivered. Right, right, right. So we share accounts all the time, right? We share Netflix accounts. You know what I'm saying? We share accounts. I can understand that. I can dig that. But if I'm at the house, okay, email logins too, because Google is really good about this. So if you got like a shared email and somebody tries to log in from another account, Google will send you that alert and it'll say, "Hey, did you log in?" Even if you say yes, it'll give you a number that you got to type in. Sometimes you got to call the other person or text them and be like, "Yo, this the number real quick." So even if it was a situation like that and it wasn't, right? I'm not gonna mark the food as not being delivered if I know I didn't order it, especially if I don't make a phone call to the other person or people that share that account first before I mark the food as not being delivered. So yeah, right. Okay, cool. Whatever. All right. So my man goes on, tells the young lady that his job is gonna be at risk, right? Um the part that I wanted to show y'all. The dude comes through and basically tells the lady that if he gets deactivated, it's not gonna be a happy day, right? Or something like that, something to that effect. And yeah, so what? How did this situation end? They both got deactivated. The customer's profile was deactivated from the account, and the dasher was deactivated from the platform as well. I think this is ridiculous, to be completely honest with you. I think this is ridiculous. I feel bad for the dasher. I wish that customers would stop doing this. It's really getting old, right? It's really getting old. I wish that DoorDash would give us more protection as far as not being deactivated for stealing food, right? I just wish that understanding the situation and giving us the benefit of the doubt, I just wish that they wouldn't do it like this, right? Like I just wish that they wouldn't do it like this. And I know that you have to get a couple contract violations before you even get deactivated. And that was my biggest takeaway from him. Like if I had to talk to the dasher, if he had left here, right? If he had left the hospital, got that notification, and he had called me and he said, "Coop, they just sent me this. I'm about to go up here and record this and I'm gonna send you the video." I would have told him. I would have been like, "No, let's not do that. Okay, let's play the long field, right? Let's just see what we got going on first. Okay, let's tell them what happened, right? Let's tell them what happened. Let's give them some time and let's see what happened because it may not be a situation where you do actually get deactivated, right? Like I don't think that he would have been deactivated for this sole situation, but if this had happened to him a couple of different times, had this been his third or fourth time, fifth time, then he could have been deactivated because of the customer lying. And that's not right. Like that's just not right. I totally agree with him, right? You shouldn't have to worry about that. And I think that this article said they did a survey and like 79% of the people were using multiple apps They did a survey and they asked what was the biggest concern of gig workers, and that's what they said was it was being deactivated. And the reason, there again, I can't speak for another platform because all I do is DoorDash. But when you get deactivated, like when you get deactivated and you can't get into your account, and the thing says, okay, we're gonna send you an email. You're lucky if the email comes through, and then if it does come through, there's nobody to talk to, and there's no real explanation. And I think above anything, I think that DoorDash could take just a little bit more time, even if it's just a web page, even if it's just some type of web page. So it's not even like actually something that comes from somebody, but just a further explanation of number one, why you got deactivated. And I think it's time, especially with the situation with being able to unassign orders without a penalty. I think it's time to consider, right? I think it's time to consider reactivating some dashers that may have been deactivated, considering a downtime. I wanted to say like a grace period, but 90 days, 180 days, 360 days, based off of the offense, based off of what you were deactivated for. So it's not just a situation where it's just one and done, right? It's not a situation where it's just one and done, but you actually have a chance. Okay, so you were late, all right? So that's why you got deactivated. You were just extremely late for, several weeks or whatever the situation may be. Take a cooling off period. We're going to give you 45 days. You can apply back in your area if it's open. Okay, so if it's not any type of waiting list, we're not giving you priority or anything like that, but you can apply back after 45 days, right? So you have a situation. I know that there's an issue with Dasher stealing food, and I don't want to encourage that in any way, shape, or form, but in situations like this, yeah, I think my man needs another run, and people who have been deactivated for completion rate, right? Them too. So 180, 180 days, 90 days, whatever the situation may be. You know what I'm saying? Let them sit down, let them cool down, let them figure it out. Because shout out to Ivan. Shout out to Ivan. I'm at Flower Child, downtown Charlotte, and I hear the horn blowing. I think somebody is trying to holler at some type of girl or something like that, right? So I'm not even paying attention. And the dude gets out of the car and he's like, "Hey, yo, Coop!" Right? So now I realize he was blowing at me. He was trying to get my attention. And for one grown ass man to blow his horn at another grown ass man is kind of a little weird, right? But when he started talking to me and told me what the situation was, I understood, right, the severity of the situation. So he had just been deactivated for his completion rate, right? So he had just been deactivated. My man said he was a full-time dasher. He had the catering orders. He was making good money, and he just let it slip. It dropped below 80% for a day, right? He said a day. He told me a day. So in my mind, a day is 3. It's just a couple of days, right? It was like one good day, right? It slipped below 80 at the end of my dash on Tuesday, and then I worked all day Wednesday. It was a little low, but Thursday I was gonna get it back right? So something like that. Anyway, shout out to him. Shout out to Ivan. People like him, maybe you give him a cooling off period, right? Because what happens, right? Like what happens? I'm not gonna say this out loud. I'm not just gonna say this out loud, but yeah, no. What happens when they deactivate you? Do they really? Nah, come on, man. So let's get that right, right? All right, cool. So if I'm running for president, all right, because y'all know I'm running for president, your Dash Your Success advocate, Bentley Coupe, play my music. Shout out to my music. If I'm running for president, that's what the things that I'm asking for. Clearer deactivation, right? Just more insight into why we were deactivated, and then that cooling off process, that cooling off time, maybe some type of some days instead of just a full deactivation. So yeah, the one thing that I want to say is this: in this situation, um, DoorDash says after confirming that the customer's order was delivered, they reversed the contract violation and removed the customer from the platform. All right. So they are able to, in my mind, this is how I see this. Okay, this is how I see this. So the app has a GPS tracker. The Dasher app has a GPS tracker. The customer's app has a GPS tracker. When those two trackers come close together, right? They know it. So when you have a situation where it's hand to the customer, and I think that's really why they don't fix it, or they don't tell us that they're trying to fix it, is because they kind of know they have a workaround. It just works some of the time and not all the time. So they can look at it and they can say, okay, well, these two GPSs, the two GPS coordinates, or the 2 points from the phones came close enough together, right? Like these phones were close together. So I don't know about that. You feel me, right? And I think and I'm not gonna say I think I had two contract violations. And I was telling y'all about Michael. Shout out to Michael, who I took him this order for this show Mars. It was 7 miles. It was 2.5 miles, and I know exactly where I dropped that food off at. He came outside. It was raining. He had the phone in his hand. I gave him the food, marked it as completed, and then as soon as I leave, I get the message saying that the food was undelivered. Right. So a week after I told y'all that on the live, they took the contract violation off, right? And I think that's exactly what happened. That is what I was hoping was happening. So that's what I tell you. That's the gem that I want you to take away from this. Please, number one, don't run up on the customer, because that's not going to end right. Okay, that's not going to end right. If anything, and I'm comfortable with this, I'm comfortable with saying this, right? Turn your camera on, turn your phone on, face it towards yourself, right? And let that out. You feel me? Let out how you feel about the customers, what type of situation they put you in, the jeopardy that they put you in, and then put that on your social media. But please, in no way, shape, or form, let me slow down and say this again. Please, in no way, shape, or form, don't run up on the customer. Okay, please don't run up on the customer. That is not going to end like you want it to, even if you are in the right. Okay, even if you are in the right, you are going to be deactivated. They said they not tolerating it from nobody in no way, shape, or form. You feel me? And nobody in no way, shape, or form. Not the customers, not the dashers. So if you don't want to have to play the game, you feel me? If you don't want to have to play the game, just don't do it to yourself. All right. Boom. D. Bentley says he had to sign a new terms and conditions this morning before they even let you dash. That is normal. Okay, that's standard. That is how they do it. They're not gonna send it to you in your email. They're not gonna let you dash before you look over it, and they'll give you the whole thing right there. You can read it. You can do whatever you want to with it. You feel me? But no, you're not gonna be able to uh make deactivate however you want. For real, we're gonna need to just start deactivating people. Yeah, so that's pretty standard. Somebody left a comment and said that, what did they say? When did we have a minimum guarantee? That blew my mind, because for me that feels like yesterday, right? I can still show you a screenshot from like my first 2 or 3 thousand deliveries. I know I got some screenshots. If I showed you what overpaid looked like then, it almost looked like winning the jackpot at the casino. It wasn't like an animation, but the picture that they showed you made you feel like you had just hit the jackpot at the lottery. You feel me? And they've changed it so many different ways over the years. But yeah, I thought that was crazy. I'm gonna go over. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm hoping somebody else will do the terms and conditions video so I can just kind of watch their video, because the terms and conditions seem to be extremely long this time around. I'm just like, whew. Because I was like, okay, put this on the reading list. But yeah, I'm just like, my eyes are gonna get small and start to get a headache. But yeah, that's pretty standard. They're just not gonna let you do it. That was actually one of the things I was gonna talk about, was the user agreement. All right, I kind of talked about this. Well, I peeked on this earlier. So somebody asked me, where did the hidden tips go? So these are a couple of the orders with hidden tips that I've gotten over the last couple weeks. But to be completely honest with you, the hidden tips have seemed to be uh, they're gone, right? They're gone. The only orders that I see that have hidden tips, and just being honest, just keeping it real, they seem to be high priority orders. I get a couple orders with hidden tips, but it seems like it's right there where I'm at, like 49, 50%, 51%. They're just not coming anymore if you're lower than 50%. I think this is good news, and I think this is bad news. Okay, so um before I do that. So how does this impact us? So there again before, just like I was saying, so if you have a lower acceptance rate, you might not even see these orders anymore, right? So the tips and tricks that we use, the tactics that we use, and that's really why I had that other one up. The tactics that we use, there's no more item count, right? So this is how the orders come in. So when you're looking at the order, it's like this says 1450, 8.3 miles is coming from JJ Red Hots. If I knew the item count, then I would be like, okay, straight snatch. But this kind of looks like this may have some extra money on it. It didn't. It was a flat 1450. That's all it was, right? And like I was just saying a second ago, I think this is good news and I think this is bad news, right? So I think this is good news because there are a lot of people that didn't like this, right? The consensus, I don't want to say the consensus. The way that people felt is that they wanted all of the information so that they can make an educated decision on whether to accept the order or not. And that's where we are. That's, you know, my assumption is DoorDash heard Dashers wanting that, and that is what they're giving us. But the people who are used to the item count and having, getting those orders, and even when you don't necessarily see the item count, but you take the order anyway, um, when you drop the order off and it's got the extra money on it, again, it almost feels like you won the lottery and not having. I didn't even think about that. Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, that can mess with your morale. You go out, you get two or three of those orders. You get one of those orders, and it kind of boosts your morale. It gives you that self, like boost of confidence to maybe knock out two more orders or something like that, three more orders, or just not quit. But not having those orders now and just kind of, I don't want to say depending on them, but having them as a source of motivation. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. I'm sorry. Somebody's playing Michael Jackson Thriller outside, and he's got the Jixer. So he's got the big old boat speakers on there. That's crazy, cause um yeah. So no more hidden tips. All of the hidden tips that I'm seeing are on those bigger orders. All right, and then and like I was saying before, no more item count. So this is how the order pretty much comes in now. What you see is what you get. This is what I was gonna say with the hidden tips. The first trick, the first tip that I have for hidden tips is not to take the order assuming that it's going to pay you extra, right? If you take the order assuming that it's going to pay you extra, you're going to lose. You're betting against the house, and that's not a safe bet, right? So we got to make sure that we stack the deck against us. We got to stack the deck in our favor. So that's rule number one. So even moving forward now that we're seeing less of these hidden tip orders, and there's no item count, that is what I'm gonna tell you, right? That is what I'm gonna tell you. Take the order on face value. Don't assume that it's gonna pay you extra. Use the information that you have available to you to make the best decision that you can. One of the problems that I have with not being able to see the item count is people that do this job may have some type of disability or some type of limitation. You feel me? May not want to go upstairs, may not like heights, may not be able to work for long periods of time or lift heavy weights, right? So for the most part, we don't see a lot of that in the job that we do, and I guess that's why they were okay with taking this away. But again, this is how the orders come in. This is new, right? This is new. One day, the dashers that are gonna be taking the orders, the brand new dashers, are gonna be like, "What do you mean you used to be able to see the item count?" For real? When did they used to do that? Right? When are they gonna use? When did they used to do that? This is an order that I had. It was actually a catering order, and this seems like the only situation where they're telling you the number of items that are going to be included in the order overall. So I guess in this situation, when you have those catering orders, you're expecting it to be a little bit bigger. You want to make sure that they can fit in your car, that you got enough bags for it, whatever the situation may be. So I'm glad to see that they didn't get rid of it overall. But definitely hurt my feelings to see that the items were no longer on there. Uh Somebody asked me how am I operating with the items? Is it making a difference? And to be honest, it is really not making a difference. I think that knowing the restaurants and knowing the restaurants and accepting the order for what it is up front keeps me in the game, keeps me at my hourly average. But yeah, definitely miss seeing those orders and was glad to see them. It definitely gave me that boost that I was talking about. It definitely gave me that boost once I got to that priority. One of the things that I got a list of videos. I got to get to work. Some trends that I'm seeing are the orders that come in like this, right? So those orders that came in, the very next order after this was like $4 or $5, right? So it was maybe 2 or 3 miles. It was still $1.50, $2 per mile, but they were significantly lower, right? Like they were significantly lower. So it almost felt like they were like, "Hey, yo, we know your minimum is $6, $7, $8. We're gonna give you an order that's paying you 28, that takes you 15 or 20 minutes. If we give you that, are you willing to take this?" It's just kind of like a give and take situation. And again, I think that's what we're coming to. I think it's evolving. I just put up a short today on YouTube, and everybody's saying that DoorDash is dead. And I don't think that DoorDash is dead. I think the old way of doing DoorDash is dying, right? I just do. I think the days of sitting around and trying to select the best orders that we possibly can, because we're all cherry pickers in some way, shape, or form, I think it's just really going away. I think that they're trying to get this figured out, right? Like they're trying to figure out how much they can pay us, right? They want to pay us as much as they possibly can. But at the same time, the overall goal is to make sure that they get the orders delivered. So I think that is where we are, right? I think that is the new DoorDash. So I don't think it's dead. I just think it's evolving, and I think it's time to just lock in, right? Like it's just time to lock in. The video that I made for hidden tips, the couple videos that I've made, were based off of, I don't know, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 orders, right? So I'm trying to get this worked out. I'm trying to see if there's any similarities that I can notice in the orders, any triggers, anything that kind of stands out to me with those orders, so that I could try to get that information to you guys. But yeah, and for a minute I was getting orders. The catering orders would say this order is going to pay you more, right? Like it would literally say this order is going to pay you more. It's $14.50, but this order is going to pay you more. And I went back and looked at some of my screenshots, and I don't have that on any of my screenshots from like the last week and a half, 2 weeks. So even that's gone. So I'm just trying to get that figured out so I can get that to you guys, so we can try to figure out where the extra money is going, where it is now, if it's even there, right? Because there again, like I said before, there were a lot of dashers that just wanted the full amount, right? Like they just wanted the full amount. They didn't want to play any games, right? And that was the quote, right? Don't want to play no games. Want all of the information. Should be treated like an adult. So I definitely think for those people, that they got what they wanted, and I don't want to sound malicious or anything like that, right? Like that's what they wanted. Boom, you got it. I hope that makes you happy. I think DoorDash does a really good job of giving us what we ask for, but not giving us what we ask for, right? So they didn't want the original base pay. They wanted a higher base pay, and DoorDash was like, all right, cool, we'll give you that, but we'll take away the guaranteed minimum. Now they're like, you want more money, but we want a higher acceptance rate, right? So now we're in a situation where, people were trying to find hidden tips and they're taking away the items. So I think they're really good at giving us what we want, but not necessarily giving it to us like we had planned. That's probably a good way to say that. Boom. All right. And let's see what else we got going on inside of the app. There's a new feature inside of the app. They got this proactive safety check-in. So before, all right, you had the button where if something went wrong, you could press the button and you had a couple different options. You could let them know how, like what would be the best way for them to get in contact with you in your current situation. All right, so now they're saying this joint is proactive. Whoa. Oh, we turning up tomato. Now they're saying this joint is proactive. All right, so basically, this comes up, and lets you know that this is a new feature that's going on. It says enable check-in. I never hit that button, but they sent me this after I had completed an order. And I was actually in a pretty sketchy neighborhood. It kind of made me chuckle a little bit that they even sent this to me. But they sent this to me before I could complete the order, just to ask me if I felt safe. So we already know they're monitoring you, they're watching you and everything that you do. This is a clear indicator of that. And if the delivery doesn't go as they hope, I'm just gonna assume if you're taking too long, right? That's what I'm gonna say. If you're sitting too long in one place, or if you're taking too long, then this could pop up. So that's a new feature that was inside of the app that I wanted to talk to you guys about as well. And one thing that I wanted to say too, I was talking about this a couple weeks ago. I just like to always give credit to the people that told me. So somebody was watching a live, and I was saying how you could report customers who were like unruly or disruptive, started cursing at you, or whatever the situation may be, inappropriate behavior. But I didn't know how to do it. So somebody had left it in the comments. I went back and confirmed it. So while you're on an active delivery, if you hit I think it's like a question mark in the top right hand corner on iPhone, or just hit that question mark period, it'll have an option on there for you to let DoorDash know that the customer is inappropriate in how they are being inappropriate. So if you're in a situation, again, like my man was before, I don't even think they would help them because he kind of ran up on her. But if you're in a situation where the customer is getting a little loud with you, or they're cursing, or you want to report them, you can outside of the safety feature. All right, cool. I think that's it. Ran through that joint quick. Woo. All right. Let's party, baby. I got hats. This is what I'm going to do. Can I do that? I think that's going to take too long. I'm going to just use my email. I just feel like that's so unorganized. I had planned it a lot better in my head. It's a little frustrating for me. But anyways, we're going to rock with it how it is. All right, so I got these hats. I'm going to give these hats away. All right, so I got two of these, right? I got two of these. Who got Dasher Benz got here first, bro? If you still here, which hat do you want? I just want to make sure I can sit these aside, right? Because I'm going to take these out right now. All I had was 10 hats, okay? All I had was 10 hats. I already gave away 4. All right, so I got 6 hats. I'm going to assume that they want the black joints too. All right. Boom, boom. Bam. Boom. All right. Sit them to the side. All right. So that means I got 3 for my full timers, and I got 2 for my part timers. All right. So let's go. Let's talk about this. Let me put you up on game. Let me tell you exactly why I'm doing this. I'm so tired of people acting like they're not getting no money out here, right? Like DoorDash drivers are not getting any money out here. The perception is that we out here just taking $2 and $3 orders. Ain't nobody making no money. Ain't nobody making no profits. Nobody isn't enjoying the freedom and flexibility that comes with doing this job. And I think that that's a complete lie. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you, right? So when we close out, I just like to give a shout out to the people that are out here grinding, right? The people that are working hard, the people that got their head down that's trying to get this money, right? Because you got stuff that you're trying to do. You do. You got bills that you're trying to pay, vacation, school, new house, car, boat, bike, whatever the situation may be. Shout out to electric bike, right? Whatever the situation may be, you got stuff that you're trying to do. Number one, surrounding yourself around positive people is going to be the best way to get positive results. And I think that this is a great way to do that. So let's get it popping. Ed, all right, cool. Look, check this out. So I'm gonna drop the link in the comments. You can go ahead and pre-order that, right? Make sure that you grab that joint, okay? Cause we going on sale $17.99 through Monday, 25 after that. Okay, so if you like that black, grab that joint. I got the all red with the white D coming out too. All right, cool. Let's get this popping. All right, so if you part time, you worked last week. Okay, you part time, you worked last week. You made over 350. That's all I do, right? I think that's pretty low. Okay, because when I think about part time, I'm thinking 3 to 4 days out of the week, 3 to 4 hours out of the day. You feel me? 25 $30 an hour. All right. So that's three and some change, right? Just round it up to 350. All right, cool. If you work part-time and you made more than 350 last week, drop it down below. Okay. So drop where you at, because I want the city, right? I want the city. I want people to see that market, because it's your market. It's your market, right? It's not your market. It's your mindset. Okay. It's not your market. It's your mindset. Drop that market and drop how much you made. All right. And I'm picking out people. I got 2 hats for my part-timers that I'm giving away. So that's what we doing. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Again, man, we just out here trying to change the perception. Okay. Just out here just trying to change the perception. 1 hat at a time. So I got the trending trucker hats. Let me get on my other comments, because I feel like this one a little lagging on me a little bit. Yeah, we definitely running for president though. We're definitely trying to get this joint popping. All right. So I feel like I got free hats. Don't nobody want no free hats? It was 350 too high. What about 300? The Control Alt Geek. Shout out to you. I hope that you are feeling better and take as much time as you need, right? Because that is what's important. Okay, so these are the instructions, right? You gotta drop your city and how much you made, right? Drop the city and how much you made. I need part timers that made 350. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the full timers in there too. So if you full timer and you made 750 or more, you full time and you made 750 or more, drop that joint down in the comments. I got 3 hats. I'm picking 3 people really quickly. I got 5 minutes left, and then I'm getting up out of here. I definitely got to go. But I love this though. Can I just be honest? How many times did I say that? I'm gonna go back and count that. I just want to be honest. Can I tell you the truth? I just want to be honest. Can I tell you the truth? The numbers about the number of viewers that watch the live are pretty consistent. And that was one thing that I was worried about. So shout out to everybody that comes and pulls up on me every week, listens to me talk about the weather. Okay, because I know that that starts off kind of boring, but I hope that I hope that I've been able to just kind of talk with you a little bit. I know that I just be kind of picking. My wife was like, "You need to focus. You're just kind of everywhere, right?" And I'm like, "Nah. If I see a comment and it grabs my eye, right, I just like to kind of talk about it, right? Like I just kind of like to point it out a little bit." Uh, Avalanche, local business mobile app. I'm gonna look that up. It says he's 850 part time. All right, I got 850 part time in San Diego. All right, so just Brandon, and then Avalanche local business mobile app. Shoot me an email. Shoot me an email. Boom. All right. So I got 2 of the hats going for the full timers. I got one more full time app. Lady Scorpio, I appreciate you pulling up on me. I'm giving you the hat just because of your name. All right. I put my email address in the comments. I know y'all heard that one. Lady Scorpio, I put my email address in the comments. Shoot me an email. I'm gonna shoot you the information on how to get your hats. All right, cool. See, it was just that easy. That's it. Yep. Mike, I got you. Mike, talk to me. Okay, so Mike, do you want the black hat or do you want the red hat? I got I got all black and I got red and white. I don't want to put it on because I don't want you to, COVID and everything. I'm proud of these, man. These look good. They look great though. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should put one on so I can show y'all. But it's open in the back. I'm always going the wrong way. It's open in the back. Keep your head, you know what I'm saying? Let your head breathe. Still let you be official. You know what I'm saying? Show up, set the standard. I always, when I think of dashers that look bummy, I always think about those Jesus sandals, but I realized how comfortable they are. So I don't even want to knock people. But yeah, that's kind of how I see it, right? So I see like an old Walmart shirt that's kind of been washed too many times. And then the khaki shorts that you done had since like your senior year in college. You know what I'm saying? But you really had them since like high school or something like that. They just didn't fit, but now they actually fit. And then them sandals that you walk everywhere in, like on laundry days, so now they smell like wet dog or something like that. Anyways, these hats keep you in the game, baby. You ain't got to worry about walking around looking like stale 3-day-old chips. You feel me? This is crazy. All right, cool. So I got 2 hats left. At this point, sorry. All I saw was my condolences to Sherry, and I just stopped immediately. So right, my bad. Ed, full time Addison, 1K. All right, cool. I got one for Ed. Ed, this one for you, my dude. Shoot me an email. I got 1 hat left. We gonna get it. We gonna get this joint done. No, you know what? Sherry, just send me the email, baby. I got you right here. This for you. Boom. Done. And just like that, we're out. All right. I want to thank you guys. Shout out to y'all. Oh, all right, cool. Okay. So you can rock it like this, right? Give it to them like this. Or you can do that classic, right? This is flat. This is gonna lay flat. So if you the type you want to bend and flex that joint, however you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. No, Sherry, I appreciate you definitely because you were one of the first people here today. So I probably should give a hat to one of the first people that I saw. You were one of the first people, and I feel like you need it. All right, shout out from me to you, Beck. Shout out to you. Come and holler at me. All right. D Bentley said I could put on this hat, so I put on this hat. Boom. It's you, my boy. So you can rock it like that. You know what I'm saying? You can rock it like this. Let it breathe. Okay. Still keep it stylish, funky. All right. However you want to do it. I got the hats on the site, $17.99. $17.99 through Monday, and then Monday they go up to $25. That does not include shipping. So I just want to throw that out there to you. Want to say shout out to everybody. I appreciate y'all for continuing to show the love. All right. And we got some new videos. Gonna get back to work starting tomorrow. Yay. All right. I'm going, man. I appreciate y'all.